Hi everyone, welcome to Jahsoba. This is Mookie. Today we have Godfrey. Godfrey, hey, how are you?
Good. I'm doing
Fantastic. So, where are we right now?
We are at Avocado Vegan Cafe and Juice Bar in the heart of Johns Creek.
Woohoo! So, as you can see, the menu behind us, and that is the... Partially. Okay, yeah. So, Godfrey, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kingston, Jamaica. And I moved to first Miami.
Oh.
This was back in 1980.
Okay, wow. In Miami?
Yes, but I've been in Atlanta now, or in Georgia, for the past 21 years.
Okay, wow. Okay, so what's one thing? What's the best memory you had as a childhood?
Best memory? Wow. I had so many good memories. But I used to like going to, I used to like going to the river.
The river?
Yeah, the river, to swim in the river and
wow, that's nice.
climb on trees and jump in the water and all that stuff. That was good.
That was really okay.
But we only got to do because we grew up in the suburbs basically, and we got to do that when we went to like rural Jamaica. So
okay.
like summer holidays and summer, we had some really good summers. Yeah.
Okay, wow. So do you still have friends and family back home?
Oh yeah. We, as a matter of fact, I try to get home maybe twice a week. Twice a year. My home is still there.
Don't we wish that, right?
My home that I grew up in, it's still there. So is my room.
Oh.
My room.
You mean the house is still there?
Yeah. We still own the house. My dad still lives there.
That's awesome.
And I still get to go home, and I still have my room just like I left it, with my little record player with a coin on top for when it's doing. I show my kids all the time. This is where I grew up.
Yeah, can you tell us about the record? What?
There's a record. Well, in the 70s, when you played, you had a record player. I mean, invariably, it would the needle would get. I don't know what, but you had to put that coin on it to keep it
and you still have
steady
it.
on it. It's still there.
Wow.
In my bedroom.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about the brewing part. I know because Scott Shetler keeps talking about this ginger beer.
Oh. Well, it's named ginger beer, but it's not beer.
It's not alcohol.
It's non-alcoholic, and it's not even brewed. It's just made. It's made with ginger. Basically, extract the juice of the ginger, and you sweeten it. We sweeten it with raw agave. Raw brown sugar.
Okay.
We do tip a little bit of organic agave in it, but it's mostly brown sugar, lemon juice, and ginger juice, and that's something that I grew up with. I don't know why they call it ginger beer because
so you have to try.
Yeah,
people love it.
It's really good.
Okay, so tell us about why you started the cafe.
You know what? Living here in the suburbs of Atlanta.
Yep.
Every time my wife and we had an occasion and we wanted to go to a restaurant, being vegans, vegetarians, we had to go in town. We had to go in town or to Decatur, or we couldn't spontaneously go to
Yeah.
So if I had that problem, I figured there has to be people who want to eat like me living in the suburbs. So then that became my business model. It's like with a vegan restaurant so it's a service. It's a service to my fellow suburbanites.
Your community fellows.
There you go.
Yes, for the Alpharetta.
There you go.
Peeps. Okay, so tell us, I know that you do yoga and meditation.
Absolutely.
And you are a certified yoga teacher. That is awesome. So, do you do that every day?
I do some sort of yoga every day. Yoga is something that really, without sounding too cliche, it's a good way to start your day. It really centers you and it sets the tone for the rest of your day.
I like that, sets the tone.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, it affects your breathing. So instead of you, I mean, everything is centered around your breath, right? So if you're going around your day all closed, then your breath is not open and so on. So when you get up and you do 20 minutes of yoga, you walk around with your chest and your lungs, everything all open up, which affects your thinking and affects your mood and everything. So I mean, the days that I don't do it, I can tell.
I know.
I can tell that. And like one of my friends says, yoga keeps the crazies away. You know, because you know we're all crazy a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I bet you didn't do yoga this morning.
What are you trying to say?
But anyway, so before we end,
yes,
why don't we talk about the cafe?
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
the Jamaican touch.
Has to have it.
You gotta have it.
You know, it's again, I had to, you know, have our cuisine reflect the way that, you know, that I grew up. You know, I grew up with these, you know, the exotic herbs and spices and all these things. So it had to be reflected. And you know, you gotta cook what you know, right? Just like how
That's true.
a writer or a creator cooks, you know, writes what they know. This is what I know. And this is how I eat.
Oh, by the way, he cooks in the kitchen. He is it.
I am the chef. I don't always do the cooking, but I am the chef.
Executive chef.
There you go. It's my recipes. It's my. I mean, I plan the menus and everything, so it's me. But with physical cooking, I have cooks and kitchen helpers. So you know, but I cook too. I'm not saying I don't cook. I cook too. I get in there, but I like creating the dishes. I like creating the recipes. I like, you know, one of my favorite things to do is to look at like a regular meat recipe.
Okay.
And think about how can I veganize this and how can I veganize it and maintain flavors and what people like and perhaps
improve it.
There you go. And maintain, because people, you know, I mean, I hear that comment so many times, you know, that I couldn't do without meat, but if you create a dish with that Japanese call it umami taste. It's that flavorful, savory kind of meat. If you do that, then I've had vegetarian. Even my own dad. I remember one time I cooked for him 6 years ago, and I mean, my dad and I used to joke about, you know, you being vegetarian. And it's like, oh, you need meat, and you know. Yeah. And I remember one day he visited me in Duluth, and I cooked for him, and he said to me, you know, like this, I could be vegetarian too, you know.
He just say that?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And this is somebody who's been, you know, jokingly ridiculing me since I was a teenager for being vegetarian. You know, and I hear it here all the time. I hear, you know, you have some friend who drag a non-vegetarian in here and they sit here and they eat and they, you know, they really come up to us and they're like, wow.
Impressive.
You know, I could be vegetarian if I could have food like this.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. Okay, so before we end,
yes, ma'am.
Any final thoughts for our audience?
Avocado Vegan Cafe, come check us out. We're right on State Bridge. State Bridge in Johns Creek, right by Jones Bridge, beside the Kroger Shopping Center. Check us out. We're open between 11 and 8, 11 a.m., 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday. We're closed on Sundays. So come check us out. You won't be disappointed.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you, Mookie. It was a pleasure.
Yes. Bye. Cheers.